Okay, everyone, this is Jose here. How are you, my friends? We are about to start the session in like 30 seconds. This is a sound check. Please go ahead and confirm with a quick message on the chat box that you hear my voice. That would be great. So I know we are ready to start. Okay, everyone, we just reached the top of the hour. It's time to begin our session. We got an alert that just popped up here with gold. Thanks for confirming that the sound is correct. It's great to join you guys. Today is a special day, given the fact that it's Labor Day in the USA. And therefore, today the timing for the market is actually different. So actually, the first thing I would like to do, even before I introduce the session, just to make sure that no one gets in trouble, is to show you the schedule for today, September 2nd, and know that the majority of futures markets out there, they will be closing at 12 p.m. Central Time. That is 1 p.m. New York time. Okay, so keep that in mind. In case you want to make sure you are out of your positions before the end of the day. Today is a short day, given the fact that it's Labor Day. Okay. Anyway, so let's begin with the session. Welcome to today's session. Today is September 2nd, 2019. My name is Jose Blasco. I will be guiding the session today, which again is short term. Today we are getting together for short-term purposes, so it's gonna be all about intraday trading. And I'm excited today. I mean, I'm always excited, but today just a little more, because we just concluded over the weekend a special sharpening session where we went over multiple futures markets that we will now be able to utilize during our intraday sessions, and therefore hit more market opportunities, be a little more active and intense during the sessions. Okay, and hopefully this is what you want to. Okay, and therefore the sessions are gonna basically go to the next level. Okay, and of course I will be respectful of your pace. So if I ever go too fast, or go from trade to trade a little too fast or something, make sure you let me know so I can reinforce or rectify that. But my intention, of course, would be to be as efficient as possible, especially now that we understand multiple markets and we have auto climate and automated scanners with a radar screen, where we're gonna be alerted of market opportunities. I just saw a minute ago we had a pop-up on the screen that was pointing at some potential opportunities. Okay, but anyway, before we start, disclaimers. So the following videos, clips, demonstrations are for educational and instructional purposes only. Traditive provides these videos purely for the purpose of demonstrating a method of using the product. Users understand that all the content used in the video is purely for demonstration purposes only and is not a guide and does not provide any indication or prediction of actual results. As a user, you understand and agree that hypothetical results obtained through a demonstration do not indicate in any way the results you may receive for using our products. And this takes us to the end of the introduction of the session, and we are ready to begin. Okay, so how are we gonna work on the sessions? So we're gonna be doing two things. In one hand, I got here, coming from the right side of the screen, a trading view, okay, which I'm gonna push back into my other computer screen for now, but I have trading view ready with my setups for Forex, okay? And I will be utilizing the scanner for Forex here, which notice is looking at, as it says below, majors in the 60-minute time frame and also the 240-minute time frame. Okay, and then also on the right we have Forex setups with minors, where because there are minors and liquidity is a little less convenient, in this case, just being picky and selective, I'm just shooting for 4-hour time frames exclusively. Okay, so I'll be using trading view to plan those Forex trades, even though to identify the opportunities, instead of doing it manually as I've been doing it for a few sessions, I'll be just focusing on the golden color alerts, because those golden color alerts, they represent opportunities that are close to entry or potentially close to entry. So instead of just looking at whatever and hope for the best, I'll be looking at opportunities that are likely going to be tradable now. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, but I will deal with Forex only if no futures trade is meeting our rules. Okay, so when it comes to futures, notice that we have a set of markets here on the top using the 15-minute time frame. Those happens to be some of the most liquid futures markets in the world, such as the Euro contract, crude oil, S&P, Nasdaq, and gold. Then we have some that are just a little less liquid, still very liquid, such as natural gas and Japanese yen. Therefore, notice how now I'm using the 60-minute time frame instead of the 15. And then also to create a little more diversity, and given the fact that that one is less liquid, I'm looking for lean hogs, but looking for opportunities with a climate defined in the 4-hour time frame exclusively. Okay, so therefore this screen is going to be my bread and butter during the sessions, because out of what I see in this screen, I will then load specific charts to plan trades on the specific markets where I am being alerted. So right now, okay, I have an opportunity to, or potential opportunity, which I need to confirm with the charts, to go long with crude oil and go short with the euro. Okay, those are the ones that are hot. The next one with the S&P, notice the word hopeful. So hopeful means that the market has been moving for a long time already in that direction. So we got 6 candles moving in the same direction, where when that market is moving down, normally it moves down by 4 candles, but it's already been moving down by 6. So getting in short, I'm not saying it's crazy, but it's certainly hopeful. Where the ones on the top, okay, it's more sensible. Why? Because this market, the euro contract, when that market tends to fall, it tends to fall by 6 candles, let's call it 7, and at the moment it's been falling for 5. Okay, so there is still room for the euro, statistically speaking, there is still room for the euro to keep falling. Okay, and therefore I'm going to be looking at those opportunities. Okay, so what am I going to do? Very simple. Open the workspace for the euro, which you saw. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Just 1 second, guys, because interestingly enough, the window where everything open for me to load the workspaces open in my other computer screen. So just 1 sec. So I said I'm opening the euro contract. So let's go for it. Okay, now it's here. Okay. Okay, so euro contract, okay. Very good. Perfect. So we have it. Okay, so what do we have? We have a down market. Okay, we have a down market, average 109.792. Okay, 109.792. That is slightly above this UFO, that is 78, and so 79.2. Yes. That UFO is just a little too high, I would guess. Let me see what's the lowest part of that UFO, which is 85, which is above. Okay, which is above the DMA. So we don't have an overlapping UFO overlapping the EMA. We don't have that. And therefore we're going to have to wait for a new UFO to form. Okay, so back to here, what else do we have? An opportunity to short gold. Okay, that one just flashed a second ago. So let's go ahead and open the gold workspace. Okay, so I'm just opening the workspaces that I need. Also because I am only using one computer screen that I share with you, since I am conducting the session at home or in the office. Ideally, you will want to have, multiple screens doing this job for you, which will make your life easier. Okay. I'm just noticing, by the way, which I didn't notice, that we have a gray box here, which means the climate is not confirmed for gold. Okay. And I'm seeing it now clearly when I open the chart, and I can see a thin dot. Okay. And since I said the other day that I would be only trading confirmed climates, so I will pass on gold and look for other opportunities. Okay. How are you, Orlando? Good to see you. So the euro is there. The S&P we are not going to touch it because it's hopeful. So for now, we will just stay with it the way we have it. So we just need a red UFO to form on the euro, and then we'd be able to plan on some trade here, okay? But we're going to have to wait. Okay, so as I said, if I don't have any opportunity that is valid for me at this moment in time, okay, and by the way, I have on my other computer screen, I also have my alert set up. As you can see, I have these pop-up windows show up. So a few minutes ago, we had an alert from the NASDAQ, but the NASDAQ is a non-confirmed climate at this moment in time. Okay, so I'm just gonna ignore this one. Okay, but we'll have alerts pop up while I'm planning Forex trades. We will have alerts pop up, and as this happens, I'll keep switching back and forth between futures and Forex, attempting to find as many opportunities as possible, okay? So anyway, so let's begin with our Forex exploration, since we're waiting for futures opportunities. So we're gonna start with the 4-hour time frame. So here is a trading view. I got my 4-hour setup, here is in it. I got 4-hour time frame for the climate, and I got 21-minute time frame for my identification of UFOs. Okay, so I got my edge time frame and my common time frame, so I'm ready to plan trades. And using this time frame, it says here that your New Zealand dollar, US dollar, okay, so NZD USD, that currency pair has a defined climate with a close below the average, the DMI being ruby color. So it has a defined climate, as you can see, is red right here, right? And we are in for a sensible short. When this market falls in this time frame, it tends to last up to 10 candles, something like that. And this is the first candle where the movement to the downside started. So potentially we are getting in at a very, very early stage, which is great to catch a very powerful move. So what do we need for this trade to be valid? Well, we need to find UFOs lining up with 6303, okay, 6303. And in this case, the UFO we have is lining up here at 6306, okay? So it's just a little too high. It's just a little too high for this to be okay. Okay, so I'll want to watch it. Okay, I may come back later to watch it, because certainly the current value, well, actually it's 6301. Yeah, so no, yeah, forget about it. We don't have the confluence we need for whatever reason. I thought that the New Zealand dollar was a little lower than what it was, and I was expecting the average to go back up as the New Zealand dollar goes back up, but really we are 5 pips away from a potential entry, so it's not gonna be a good one. Okay, so no trade with the New Zealand dollar. Back to the Euro futures. Okay, back to the Euro futures to see if a new red UFO has formed. Yeah, we have none. Okay, we have none. So we will continue with the other Forex opportunities. So US dollar Japanese yen, that will be the next one. Okay, US dollar Japanese yen, that will be a long. Notice the blue color, okay, and also, like for example, here you can see there is gray, right? But here is no gray, it's sapphire color, okay? So which means the climate is confirmed, and that one is a sensible long. So we're gonna load this particular currency, USDJPY. Okay, we're gonna load it, and we can confirm that the scanner is doing its job. So close is above the average, DMI is blue, so it's all the way it should be, and we have the average located at 106.29. Okay, 106.29. Which is somewhere in here. Okay, so yeah, so when it comes to entries, okay, so we have 23. Okay, we have 23 right here, and we have 26 right there, but we don't have 29. Okay, so we may want to come back here in a minute. Okay, but since I just got an alert for futures, okay, I just got an alert for natural gas. Okay, so we're gonna jump quickly and go ahead and look at this natural gas opportunity, which is a confirmed climate to go long. So I'm just gonna open the workspace and load natural gas, which in this case I'm using a 60-minute time frame climate. Okay, 60-minute time frame climate with a 8-minute time-based UFOs for edge type purposes, and then of course we got the short time frames and the tick time frames. Okay, so where are we at? It seems actually that we are more or less in a place where an entry could be taken. So yeah, so we are hitting the average and hitting the UFO. So an entry could be taken. Okay, now because we are already out of this UFO and we traded quite deeply, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be keeping an eye on my time frames here on the bottom right, which are my reactive time frames, to see if this is being confirmed and we have a trade. Okay, and by the way, I'm getting more alerts here. So I just got an alert here with the S&P, okay, since we just had a new update on the 15-minute time frame. So the S&P has updated, okay. We got a little bit of a flash, but remember we still got the word hopeful, so I will pass on being hopeful. Okay, so let's keep working on natural gas and let's complete the plan of this trade. Again, looking for reactive green UFOs to show up, because the UFO we just had here could not be used any longer. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I'm gonna load the 4-hour time frame for natural gas, looking for a target. Okay, I will activate AutoUFOs to find the target. Okay, so we still have PD on the top, which means that we need to wait just a little bit. That's it, data has been loaded. So let's find out where the target should be. And the target, okay, for natural gas, okay, the target should be 2362. 2.362. That would be the target for natural gas. Okay, so in this potential long, again, back to grabbing that chart and making it 60 minutes. Okay, and again, a trade should not be taken unless green shows up on the reactive. Okay, because we are, you probably remember a few minutes ago, we had a green UFO more or less like this. Okay, and I said price has traded quite deeply, right? And therefore we are late for this trade. So the way to take it would be to wait for green to show up on the reactive time frames as a confirmation that there is significant buying there. Okay, which probably there is. Okay, but we need to have this confirmation. Okay, good. Also, we got 6 candles into the climate. This climate tend to last 7, so 7.5 of 7, which is 3.5, right? That would be 9 point something. So we are entering 6, expecting it to last for at least 9 candles. So it's okay. It's a good time to enter it. This one is not hopeful. That one is it's sensible. Okay, so we are fine. The only thing is that we need to see. Okay, here we go. Now we got some green. Okay, so time to place an order here. Okay, so let me see. The top of this green UFO is 2307. Okay, so 2.307. And the stopping point would need to be, the prior UFO was 301, so we'll make it 2.300. That would be the location for the stop. Okay, so again, 2 contracts. 07 is the entry. Here we go. So entering at 07. Oh, I'm using, here we go, talking about the other day we were talking about symbols. Okay, and since those are brand new workspaces that I built for the session for you guys, I was using the wrong symbol. So let's pick, let's make no mistake, very quick bar chart, energies. Come on, bar charts. This is not the time for you to take your time. Natural gas. Again, I want to make no mistake. NGV19. So at NGV19, that would be the right symbol to be used. At NGV19. Here we go. Okay, so hopefully I'm still on time to take the trade. Okay, Yeah, so the UFO just went away here. Okay, yeah, the UFO just went away. That's not a very good news, but anyway, since I should be in this trade, I'm just gonna go for it because all the rules are fine. Okay, so we said my stop would be 2300. Okay, notice as well that I'm entering this trade as a buy stop. So if natural gas goes back up, then that's when I will get the fill. Okay, so 7 and 7, that's 14, and then our final target we said was going to be 2362, so 2.362, which is right there. Okay, very, very nice room for price to move. Okay, only concern there is that the market will close at 12 p.m. Central Time, which is 1 p.m. New York time. Okay, so again, we were not gonna get filled on this trade unless we have
order
that's
filled.
it. We just got filled unless the market went up. That's what I was going to say. So now we are in the trade. New UFOs, new green UFOs are showing up below. So we are all set for this potential move. Okay. By the way, guys, how are you, Ahmad? I'm just realizing you said hi. The contract, thank you very much. And by the way, if you guys are working with me on that and you are mimicking the trade I'm putting together here, please go ahead and once you get a fill, confirm to us, you know, the price you got, if you're in. Even if it's simulated, it's fine. I just want, you know, I always talk about teamwork, isn't it? So I'd like to know if you're with me or not. And if you're not, it's okay. But if you are, I would really want to know, okay? Cool. So what else do we have? We are in the natural gas trade. Okay. Gold. Let me see if there is any news about gold. Sensible long for gold. Yeah. So yeah, climate is defined, but no green UFO at this price level. So no trade on gold yet. Therefore, the trade that we have running is natural gas. That's the one we have. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Again, the green UFO went away, so it's not a good news, okay? Not a good news, but yeah. So that's the trade that we just executed. We'll see what's the end result, okay? Anyway, what else? We were also looking at the Forex, isn't it? How is it going, guys? Give me some comments on the comments box if I'm going too fast, because again, today I'm conducting the session. I'm gonna be moving from workspace to workspace, market to market. Is going to be very diverse, and my main concern is that I may go too fast, or someone may get lost, or doesn't follow properly. So you guys tell me if that's the case or not. Okay, by the way, time stops apply. Okay, so I'm also going to be zooming in deep into the 8-minute time frame. Of course, it's a time stop that will take time. Because it's going to be now 3 candles, 8 minutes each. We are used to time stops which are 2 minutes each, but in this case it's 8 minutes, okay? So, but anyway, we are ready to apply the rules the way we do, which is 3 candles on the common time frame based on time. In this case, it's 8 minutes each, okay? Okay, good. So, perfect. Lisa, yes, I can see you're with me. Wonderful, Lisa. Good job there. So, back to the climate. Oh yeah, we were looking at the US dollar, Japanese yen on the 4-hour time frame. So I would like to go back to TradingView. To reconfirm what I was saying. So what I was saying is that the average is currently 29. If the yen goes down, the average will go down by a little bit, and I'm not comfortable with that 1623. I believe it's too far down. But we do have a 27 plus 2, because remember, it's a buy order. So we always add 2. So 27 plus 2 is actually 29, which is the current value for the average. And therefore, I would say we do have a valid entry with the yen. Okay, so let's look at potential targets for the yen. Okay, I will uncheck EMA. I will check AutoUFOs and go for the next common time frame, okay, to see where's my target. And with the yen, okay, with the US dollar yen, the target would be 108.42. That would be the target for that particular trade. Okay, so disable auto UFOs, enable the EMA, go back to the 4-hour time frame, so I got everything back to normal. And what I'm about to do now is to write down all the parameters for this trade with the yen, because we do have a trade. We'll be entering where that UFO is. The stop will be below 15. Okay, the stop will be below 15 because we got a collection of UFOs here overlapping each other. The bottom one is 16, but 15 is even lower, so we'll have our stop below that, which is going to be 5 pips below. It's going to be 106.10. Okay, but I'm about to write all of this. Just want to have a quick look to a natural gas trade. So we are still in that first time stop candle. Okay, so any green showing up on the reactive time frame? Not yet. So yeah, so let's see if we can have some green show up. If we don't have anything green show up, then the trade will be very likely a failed trade. If we do see green kick in, then it's going to be a different story. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. Let's complete the plan for the US dollar yen, where we said we're going to have a final target located at 108.42. We will have somewhere in the middle a safety target, which I need to calculate because it's a mathematical projection, right? We will have a long entry, which we said is going to be 106.29. We will have a stop loss, which we also said was going to be 106.10. So 106.10, that is 19 pips below 29. So 19 pips above, okay? That would be, if I'm not mistaken, it would be 38. So 106.38, that would be, oh, wait a minute, 48, okay, that's better. So 106.48, that would be the location for the safety target, okay? And, the other parameters are here, okay? So time for a screenshot, so you have the opportunity to make a note for yourself, and you can place this order either at your own pace during the session or after the session, because it seems that we have a little bit of time. Current price for the yen is 36, which is still a few pips away from 29, which is the entry. Okay, so you should have some time to place the order. Cool. Okay, so we have it. First Forex trade, while we have our natural gas trade running here. Time stop still in the same first candle. We have a little bit of green show up on the tick time frame. That is a good news. More green showing up on the share bar as well. That is a second piece of good news. Not a guarantee, of course. That's why we call it reactive time frames. The reactive time frames got less power compared to the edge time frame, but it's always a nice to see when we see new green appear on the reactive, because it's giving you that evidence where what you thought would happen is actually technically, objectively, mechanically being seen. And that's obviously a piece of good news, even though, again, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, the real conclusion of a trade is when you reach your target or when you get stopped out. This is the time when you know exactly what the end of a story was. Okay. Okay, so you can see another push down. The green went away. It's almost like natural gas was listening to me. Okay. Anyway, so back to our main screen here. What do we have? Still near sensible long with the gold. So let's take a look and see if any green has appeared on gold. No, we don't have anything new on gold. So we will leave it that way. What else do we have? Going from left to right, it seems that we have an opportunity, or at least a potential opportunity, with the New Zealand dollar on a 60-minute time frame, opportunity that was not earlier. Earlier we did look at the 4-hour time frame, but the one with the 1-hour time frame was not available, but now it is. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Well, go back to visit again New Zealand US dollar, but we're gonna do it with a different set of time frames, which now it's going to be 60 minutes for common, 8 minutes for edge. Okay, and we are now loading NZD USD. That is going to be our New Zealand dollar. Okay, so confirm climate going down, average located at 63.05, 63.05. Yeah, 05 is at the end of this. And to be honest, this is to be watched, okay? Because well, actually, no. I'm just gonna make the same comment I made earlier for the New Zealand dollar in the 4-hour time frame. Current price is 03. You know, we need 05, but the next UFO is 11, and we do have 07. But really, since we are so close from 03 to 05, you know, I don't think much is gonna happen. Okay, so we just got the technical time at which the market will open. Today, the U.S. market doesn't open because it's a holiday. Okay, here we go. We just have a push there. Let's see if we can get to the safety target. We caressed that safety target just by one. When one tick away from the safety target, isn't it? The high was 13. Our target is 14. Okay, so let's see what happens. But again, now we got 2 greens show up, so that's a good one. Beginning of the market open typically is when we just reach a safety target, so we have no more risk on this trade. Time stop does not apply any longer. Okay, and now we're gonna be in trailing stop mode as new UFOs form, which by the way, we have one here. That one was not here earlier, just form. So you will want to move the stop below 01, which happens to be 00, which is where we have it already. So even though we do have a rule that triggers for us to move the stop, the reality is that there have been no stop to move. Is that making sense? Because it's just a coincidence, but it happens to be in the same location. Okay, so we're just gonna wait. Okay, we're just gonna wait, let this market do its thing. In a normal case, beginning of the market, we normally have a little bit of peak of volatility, as you saw very clearly. At the same time, beginning of the market open as well, in a day where it's Labor Day. I'm not sure what to expect. You know, sometimes those days with low volume are so boring. Sometimes those days with low volume are actually very, very spicy. So it's something that it's very difficult to predict. Okay, no, even if you look back in time, it's just all over the place. So we don't know what's going to happen, but we don't need to know, isn't it? Well, the only thing we need to know is our rules, and our rule says that if new green UFOs form in any of those 3 edge timeframes, we will keep moving the stop and locking in more profits. If the market moves too far too fast, we will also be trailing stop, isn't it? That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so you know, keeping that in mind, we'll be ready to act whenever is the time. And in the meantime, so back to look at my main screen here. So gold, let's see if the market open created something for gold. Actually, it seems that yes. It seems that this UFO form lining up, indeed lining up with this average value. So this could have been a trade for you to execute. Okay, unfortunately we were not looking, and you know, so I'll leave it alone for now. But I mean, realistically, it would be very difficult to catch because it was right at the market open with everything going on. Okay, but we have 3 more opportunities for us to check with currencies as well. So we're gonna do that while we are allowing the trade with natural gas to do its thing. Okay, so price is reacting to this red UFO, okay, which is also this red UFO. Not a surprise, it's coming back down. Okay, but again, you have the climate in your favor, you have a green UFO in your favor, so this should push to the upside, and if it does, it will likely start creating new UFOs on the way up, and we'll be able to move our stops. Because certainly our methodology of trailing stop when price moves too far too fast at this moment in time is not happening. Okay, so we did have a nice push right at the open, but right now the natural gas got stuck between that 16 and that 05, 09. So it's doing nothing at the moment in time. So this is certainly not too far too fast. Okay, so we are just waiting for UFOs to form. Very good, very good. I can see the chat box. I don't see any questions from you guys. Okay, good. Okay, so let's continue. So let's go for those currencies. Okay, quick look at gold one more time. Okay, let's look at those currencies. So we are looking at Australian dollar, Japanese yen. okay, in a 4-hour time frame, and we are looking at miners. So Australian dollar yen, here we go. So we have a confirmed climate, average is 71.44, but this is 48, this is 48. You know what? We do have a trade. We do have a trade with the Aussie yen, because 44 is here in the middle of this UFO, right? But this UFO is only one pip away from this one, and those two overlap, and all those UFOs end up at 51, which happens to be the same as this 51. So in other words, there is on-field orders lining up with the average, okay, and therefore there is a trade for us to plan on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, okay, for us to short it, okay, for us to short that particular market. So I'm going to plan on the trade. Quick look at natural gas first, in case there is some action to be done when it comes to trailing stop. Yeah, still showing a little golden here, which is nice, but no new UFO yet. Okay, so we'll just wait. We'll just wait. Good. So setting the target implies, as I did before, to disable the EMA, to enable AutoUFOs, and to move to the next common time frame, which from 4 hours is going to be daily. And from there, we will identify the target to be 74. Okay, 74.34. That would be the location for the target for the Aussie yen, which is a very, very far target. Okay, very, very far target. So we're gonna have to talk about that, as we have done before, because you'll probably end up trailing stop and being stopped out somewhere in the middle. Normally you would not reach a target when it's so far in a straight line. Okay, so this is something for you to keep in mind. But I just got a beep. Okay, I just got a beep because we have a new alert showing up here on the red screen with the Japanese yen. So I'm just gonna go ahead. And oh yes, there is an alert, but that one is hopeful. Okay, that one is hopeful. I mean, 6 out of 6, we can still take a look. Okay, it's not gonna hurt us to take a look. But if we don't get filled very quickly on this one, then it will not work. Okay, so let's open the Japanese yen. So open workspace. Hey guys, how is it going? You guys are very, very quiet today. Hopefully it's good, but just give me a little feedback there. Everybody following, everybody okay? So the yen, okay, so we are below the average, average 94.15.1. That's 94.14.5. Okay, yeah, my friends, we have a trade with the yen. The only thing is that we need this trade to take place very, very, very quickly. Okay, so the bottom part of this is 16, which overlaps with 16.5. So we're gonna have to place the entry at 14.5. Okay, 14.5 is the entry, but the stop will have to be above 18. Okay, so for those currencies, you know, you will see me use round digits. Okay, round digit meaning that I will be using the 4th decimal place to define those trades. Okay, and by the way, same thing as I noticed now, as I did earlier, I made a little mistake with the symbol. So let me use the right symbol for the yen, JYU19. And so let's begin looking for the target. Okay, so again, Japanese yen. We got a 60-minute time frame here that we use for the climate. Let's move that to 240 minutes. So 4-hour time frame. Okay, PD for pending data. I will enable AutoUFOs as well. And the moment this is loaded, we should see some UFO below price. Okay, quick look to natural gas while we're waiting. Okay, so this UFO is doing its job, pushing price back up, but no new UFO has formed at this moment in time, so no time to move stop yet. Okay, We collected 70 bucks of profits already. We got 40 more going on right now. Again, a little bit of a slow day. Okay, so here's oh wow, huge potential for a move down on Japanese yen futures all the way to 92.015. So 0.92015, I'll make it 02. A minute ago I told you I was going to use 4 decimal places for the currencies, okay? So just like I would do in Forex, I will be using 4 decimal places, and that's it, okay? So 60 minutes, back to 60 minutes, disabling AutoUFOs as well. Okay, it's already done. Good. So we have it here, and so the trade would be to short 2 contracts at 14.5. So I'm gonna do for 14. Okay. Remember I told you I'm gonna use 4 decimal places, not 5. So 14. That would be the location for my entry short with 2 contracts. The stop would need to be above 18. So 18 is going to be 19. Oh, nice. It's already there, 19. So my safety target is going to be 94.09. So it's all set for me. Thank you. And then my final target, we just said, is going to be 92.02, which again, I mean, it's no way we're going to get there in one day. You know, this is those cases where the market is very nice to you, setting a target very far down. But the reality is that in an intraday trade, there's no way you're going to get there, especially if the market is only going to be open for a few hours, because today is a half holiday, if you wish, in the futures markets because it's Labor Day. So I'm just putting my target, you know, randomly there at 60. But again, probably we will end up somewhere in the middle as we are trailing stop down. Probably we will leave this trade somewhere around there, okay? So we have our entry or stop target 1, which is a safety target, and our final target located here at 76, which is again a random location because of what I just said. Quick look at natural gas. Yep, so still doing its thing, bouncing from red to green. And not much more happening. So we'll have to be patient and just wait for the market to define itself, okay? And good news, this is a risk-free trade, okay? So we cannot lose, which is nice. Quick look at climate. Yeah, nothing in the futures. Okay, so let's finalize our trade with the Aussie yen. Okay, let's finalize the trade with the Aussie yen because we do have a trade here to put together. So we're gonna have a stop loss. Okay, and that's gonna be located above 71.52. But remember, because it's a buy order, it's gonna be +2, so it's 4, and because it's a stop, it's gonna be +5, so it's 9. Okay, so stop loss 71.59. The short entry, okay, that would be 71.43. That's what we said. Okay, so safety target. Okay, so from 43 to 59, we got 16, right? So 16, that would be 27. Okay, and then we're gonna have our final target, which again is very, 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 I mean, very nicely far down. But again, did I, wait a minute. I believe I looked at the target wrongly. Let me recheck the target for the daily time frame of the Aussie yen. So we're talking about shorting. Yeah, so okay, I know what I did wrong. This is funny. I just went to look at the red UFOs instead of the green. Yeah, so we have no target on the daily. What about the weekly? No target on the weekly. What about the monthly? We do have a target on the monthly. So the target available on the monthly is pointing at 70.53. 70.53. Let me write it down and then we will evaluate if this trade is worth it or not. 70.53. I would say it should be okay. So let me disable AutoUFOs, re-enable EMA, go back to the 4-hour time frame, restore down that window, and again, so we are talking about 71.48 all the way. Yeah, we're talking about like 100 pips. Yeah, it's good, it's fine. So guys, let me write all the parameters again. So we have stop loss. Okay, we said it's gonna be 71.59. That's what we said before. The short entry we said was going to be 71.43. Correct? Yes. We also said the safety target is going to be 71.27. And finally, the final target, which is the one I got confused earlier, is 70.53. Okay, so this would be the trade. And this is the time for a screenshot for you right now. While I'm going to go back to the Japanese yen, because, you know, with the natural gas, you know, it's whatever happens, risk-free trade. But with the yen, remember, I'm concerned about the climate. We were borderline with hopeful, going from sensible to hopeful. And I want to make sure this is not happening. And if it does, we will cancel the trade, okay? So going back to quick look at natural gas. Yeah, so the trade doing its thing, but still no new UFO. So nothing to do with natural gas yet. With the yen, let me see, we got still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yes, we're using the 60-minute time frame. Oh, actually, no need to rush. You know, the habit. Here we go. We just got filled on the yen. Perfect. Wonderful. So same story, guys. If you guys are with me in this trade, I would love to know. Teamwork. Let me see. Orlando is planning short crude oil. Ahmad. Oh, Orlando got stopped out break even. It's okay, Orlando. Anthony, how are you, Anthony? Good to see you, my friend. It's been a few weeks since I've been on. I have your climate tool. What videos on your page can I watch? Let me show you that at the end of the session, if that's okay, Anthony. Okay, Ahmad is filled. Lisa didn't get filled for Lisa yet. Okay, so just a matter of patience. Okay, you need to move one more or two more ticks up, and you'll get your fill. Okay, but anyway, so I was going to say that I'm used when conducting the sessions with you guys. I am very much used to using the 15-minute time frame, and therefore my mindset is to recheck this every 15 minutes. And the fact is that with the trade with the yen, we're using 60. Okay, so there is no need to check the climate until much later. And on top of that, we just got filled. We got filled when we got 6 candles into the climate. Okay, 6 candles into the climate, where the climate going down tends to last 4. Remember, we always add 2 more. 2 because it's 50%. So 50% of 4 is 2. So 4 and 2 is 6. And we got filled within 6. So we're fine. Okay, we entered the trade at the right time. And now hopefully what's going to happen is an expansion on the climate. Okay, and therefore the yen will have a nice push. Okay, and then we'll have a nice profit on this one. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. Okay, quick look at natural gas, and also I have a few beeps on my computer. I believe you should be able to hear that, and those beeps means that we have opportunities that are being identified by AutoClimate, such as crude oil, and also I saw a minute ago I saw the euro contract. Okay, so euro contract is hopeful, so it did flash, but it's hopeful. Crude oil, it's not flashing now because 8-year spread is 0.60 now, but it was 0.5 a minute ago. So let's go ahead and take a look at crude oil, because a minute ago it was very close to the average. So I don't want to miss a trade on crude oil. Now, careful if you were to take the trade with crude oil and natural gas at the same time, because those are correlated markets. You would want to go with half the size each, okay? Given the fact that we took the trade with natural gas first and we have already reached safety target, and therefore there is no more risk on the trade, okay? Given that fact, then you can just go full size with crude oil, no problem. But if that was not the case, then you would have to, okay? So yeah, a little bit more of a push now with natural gas, but still no new UFO forming. So still, need to wait. And when it comes to crude oil, so we have three ruby dots. So we are 3 candles into the climate. This climate is normally 6 candles, as you can see. So we still got plenty of candles to go. Average located at 54.91, which unfortunately 91 happens to be the very, very end of that UFO, and therefore we don't have a setup that give us permission to take the trade. So we're gonna have to watch crude oil, maybe a new red UFO forms, and then we'll plan on the trade, okay? Or maybe green UFOs will form, like this one that just formed a minute ago, and that may mean that crude oil, together with other energy markets, hopefully natural gas, are gonna start moving higher, okay? And if that's the case, those markets working as a tandem that will help each other for price to go up, okay? So again, using the tools to identify our opportunities. I don't know if you noticed, but today, without spending so much more time on the charts, I have executed more trades than normal, and I have planned more trades than normal, right? So you guys may want to consider setting up yourselves this type of workspace. It doesn't need to be exactly like that. You may not use Forex, you may not use the same time frames as me. It's fine, but the concept is what matters. You can see in no time I went for the Aussie yen and I found the trade. Okay, so again, it's just trying to put together not only a good trading methodology, but also alleviating the fact that we are human, and that means that normally we're busy people, we have responsibilities, and anything that makes you efficient and objective and adds odds in your favor should certainly be part of your tool set of tools in your tool belt. Okay. Jose, my tick bar chart for CL is displayed. I'm not fully understanding what you mean, Ahmad. I'm sorry. Could you please try to rephrase it in a different way so I was to understand that? Irwin, even though it's Labor Day, market holiday, will it affect the climate of the market? No, because the climate it's doing its job real time, right? So what may happen is that you may have more changes of climate going from sapphire to ruby, and climate lasts less. Okay, but whatever climate you have, it will be identified no matter if it's a holiday or not. Okay. Jose, my tick bar chart for CL is not displayed. Why? Well, I don't know. I will not know because I don't see your screen, Ahmad, unfortunately. It'd be good if you could maybe send a screenshot of what's happening to Rich at tradewithufos.com, and then we can look into it. In my case, I do have the share and I do have the tick. Okay, so maybe one confirmation you can do is double click on the candles, or of course you don't have candles, so you cannot do that, but the same action would be to right click on the chart. Okay, right click on the chart. Okay, now. So right click on the chart, go for data and edit symbol would be the same action. And once you do that, you should be able to manually, in case for whatever reason you could not do it before, so you should be able to manually specify, let me bring it here, that you want ticks and how many ticks you want and how many bars you want. Okay, so that that's something that you should be able to do. Oh, you have lines. Okay, so then it's because you're using the wrong chart type. Okay, so same here. If you were to come to the same place in style, so instead of using line and close, so you can go ahead and use candlestick. Okay, and this will make the candles the way you want them. Okay, good. So let's continue. So we're looking at crude oil. So 54.91, a new UFO form, but notice that the top is 80.88. Okay, so we are not engulfing the EMA. Okay, so not valid. The yen, what's going on with the yen? So the yen is more or less in the same place. Okay, not much has happened. What about natural gas? Natural gas did push a little more, but we don't have UFOs being created. Okay, we don't have UFOs being created. Yeah. So anyway, so back to climates. Okay, we still have a few minutes to go. So I would like to look at CAD Swiss franc. Okay, so let's look at CAD CSF. Okay, CAD Swiss franc. So what do we have? Confirm climate, average 74.29, but no UFO. Okay, so yeah, so no good. And then New Zealand dollar CAD right here. So New Zealand dollar CAD. Interesting. Oh, okay, got it. Non-confirmed climate. Okay, so yeah, so I'm like, this cannot be. Okay, I missed looking at the gray box. So the climate is not confirmed. So then I would pass. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, it's looking like we may be kind of done for the day, unless some opportunity arises on crude oil, which is not looking like it. The yen still the same. Okay, natural gas. Okay, so now here's what I'm gonna say. Okay, guys, and again, this is those times when you kind of need to use common sense on top of your rules. Right now it's 10 EM Eastern time, where those markets are gonna be closing in 3 hours from now. And normally, most of the liquidity in a market takes place when the market opens, and in this case, I'm talking about the equity markets, which today didn't open, but still, the traders and the computers that trade, got those as a special timing during the day. I mean, you saw what happened right at the open, even though the equity markets didn't open today. You saw what happened with natural gas, right? So this is because this is a very special time, okay, for the markets. And so since most of the push or whatever was going to happen happens at that time, and the market will close in 3 hours. So what I'm gonna do for myself, and you may want to do the same, it's I'm just gonna go ahead and close this trade with natural gas. Okay, we certainly didn't reach the target, but given the fact that I'm not expecting so much more steam today, given the fact that it's a holiday and that the initial push already happened, so I'm just gonna close the trade before we conclude the session together, because we have 1, 2, 3 UFOs, and normally I would not care about UFOs in the edge time frame, isn't it? But again, today is a special day, being Labor Day, with much less volume than normal, and so I'm gonna be closing this trade. Okay, so I would suggest you probably want to do the same and forget about it. Okay, and when it comes to the yen, so again, I want to double check my times. I believe the yen, if things are normal, which you never want to be too overconfident, you all want to double check. Yeah, FX, yes. So FX is also closing at that time. Yeah, it's also closing at that time. Yeah, and energies and metals, which is natural gas, also closing at that time. Yeah. So again, these things about times and things like that, sometimes, rarely, but sometimes they may make a change. And sometimes you may be overconfident because you traded last time it was like this, and you remember because you made a profit or whatever, but then they change the timing in the market or something, and next thing you know, you got caught with a trade into the close that you could not deal with until next day when the market reopens, and if you have a gap against you, it's a problem, right? So again, I wanted to double check time just to be 100% sure, which is looking like it's 12. So if you want to leave the trade open until, let's say, 11:30 Central Time, which is 12:30 New York time, then it's okay. In my case, since I will be concluding the session as we speak, so I will just close those trades, and that's it. Okay. just make sure you don't hold those trades into later, into the so we have a nice push here, but no UFO forming. So make sure you don't hold those trades into the risk of gap, okay? So, okay, good. So let's close the trade, okay? So closing the trade.
Order filled.
That's it. I'm out on this one. So this one made $80.70. So that's $150. And the one with the yen, you know, again, that one I'm just gonna close it because it doesn't make sense. To be honest, between us, this trade is a trade that probably was not worth it to take, because executing a trade with a climate of 60 minutes where the market is going to close in 2 hours and a half doesn't totally make sense. Okay, with a 15-minute climate, then yes, because you are more active, but this one is going to take longer just because the climate is longer, right? So again, I guess for practice purposes it was nice, but I'm just going to close it and that's it. Okay,
order filled.
That's it, we're out. So what else do we have? So I think we have all. Okay, I just had a few more bips here with a euro. So let's take a look at the euro contract to see if we have a trade. So, okay, careful. Okay, careful. Gray box, non-confirmed climate. So I will pass. Okay, so that's it. So guys, my friends, we are done for the session for today. Good job working on it. Yes, Lisa, I see your message. A new UFO on natural gas. I can see that given the push that we just saw. In any case, if you're gonna be in front of your screen and carefully you wanna hold this trade into a little longer, certainly you can do that, okay? But just make sure you get out like 30 minutes or so before the market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Don't get into any sort of gap risk on leverage just because you got distracted. Just make sure you keep that in mind. You may want to set a reminder on your cell phone, an alarm, something, to not to make that mistake, because it happened to me, okay? And it's easy to happen that, we are so used to market hours and so used to our routines that now the market today closes at a different time, and next thing you know, you forgot, okay? So, make sure you don't, and that way you're gonna be on the safe side, okay? Good. So guys, double checking one more time your comments. It seems that all the questions have been answered. So a pleasure to join you on Labor Day. You guys are the best, okay? I love it. Certainly, the team members that were not with us today, they certainly deserve a break, because I'm sure that they have responsibility and they work hard on their everyday life. But you guys are the best in the sense that, even in the Labor Day, your commitment to trading and learning how to trade and fine-tuning your skills and practice and everything is amazing. So I love it. And this really resonates with me. I love the markets, and it's difficult to disconnect even in Labor Day. So pleasure to join you for this one. Yes, Anthony, I almost forgot. You're right. So sessions, okay? When you look at our YouTube channel, by the way, thumbs up, guys. If you have enjoyed the session, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube channel. And also, if you're watching this recorded, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and you also click on the bell, okay? So you get real-time notifications. But coming back to the questions from Anthony. So Anthony, in the section here, Get Together, okay, we have created 3 playlists. One of them is sharpening. So if you click in that sharpening, okay, you will see that we took one, which is auto climate. Okay, so this is the one that you want to watch to get to understand the tool. And also, you have seen that today, the way we have conducted the short-term session has been much more dynamic, using auto climate also as a scanner. So you may want to watch the session that we conducted last weekend as well to be 100% up to speed. Okay, so that would be the ones for you to review. Okay, by the way, tomorrow we have vitamin T. Okay, so make sure you don't miss your regular intake of the trader's vitamin. Okay, so we are dealing with trading basics, trading view, and this month of September we will start a new chapter as well with TradeStation vitamin pills as well. vitamin T pills as well, and therefore we're just gonna keep building and building and building more educational tools and short, easy to watch videos, okay, that are gonna help you greatly, okay. Notice those videos are like 20 minutes, okay, 20 minutes, sometimes a little more. Let's call it 20 minutes, okay, because you also have the intro and the exit. So make sure you are consuming those vitamin pills in a regular basis, ideally live, which is gonna be 7 p.m. actually 8 p.m. later today, which is a different time than normal. Normally 7 p.m. Eastern time, but I believe that today US time it's gonna be 8 p.m. For us in Asia, it's gonna be tomorrow 8 a.m. in the morning, and in Europe, depending on where you are, it's gonna be a little bit of different time. But let me show you. Okay, so yeah, so 8 p.m. vitamin T trade station setup. So we begin with trade station in a few hours from now. Okay, so make sure you don't miss it. Okay, and we will see you there. You guys take care. Again, super pleasure to be part of this with you guys. See you soon. Bye bye everyone. Take care.